This is Pulp Cthulhu, the Blackheart Crucible. This is kind of like our season finale. It's episode 26. It's our halfway point of this campaign.
And with that said, let me thank everyone who has participated in Pulp Cthulhu along the way. Let me thank Juice at Master the Game for hosting and playing, his partner in crime, Paul at Awkwardly Nerdy, Bill at RollStats, the Unholy Trinity, Jason, Josh, and Isaiah, Dustin for his role as 13, and Mike for his role as Special Agent Ralph Macchio. We pick it up in Moscow, where the players are in the midst of a riot. They manage to escape the scene and head over to Putin's secret palace to find 3 million cigarettes and the box of calico. They face some ghouls. Blake has a crazy plan. They find Dr. Gonzalez, and the Grim Peeper and the Brown Streak must defend their Latin American Tag Team Championship against Putin and a giant grizzly bear. There's also a purple worm involved. Let's get this started.
13, do you happen to have the ability to dig underneath this fence here, remove the dirt? What I'm asking is, can you dig it?
And you dig it.
Alive! Yeah, this Russia is terrible, but in real life, we know Russia is a glorious, fantastic place to live. It's tropical, it's such a well-run country. Suck on that, Putin.
You can hear the alerts going off throughout the city. There are helicopters everywhere. You can hear the soldiers rappelling down from those helicopters. There's some gunfire. There's a lot of the citizens have come out of these apartment buildings and have weapons. It's the middle of the night. It's probably like 4 a.m. Hear the dumpster that you had left open, like it's cracks open again. Blake, a familiar face begins to emerge from that dumpster.
Dun, dun, dun!
What in the hell are you doing here?
Blake, holy shit. I've been looking for I've been looking for you all over the place. By the way, I don't know if you're aware, but there's some really good finds in these Russian dumpsters.
What is that?
I don't know why they throw away the people's goods like this.
Let's see if there's anything else in there that they might be hiding.
But there's some really good stuff. I was just kind of dumpster diving. I found 3 cigarette butts, a half a bottle of vodka. Yeah, granted it's shitty vodka, but it's still vodka, and 3 and 4 used needles. Blake, holy shit, buddy, it's good to see you. I've been looking for you all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, we've been all over the place.
Okay, Blake, remember I was, running that side business with my friend Bernie, and we were kind of doing sort of an investment thing, and it was going really well, right? It was just doing really, really, really good. I asked you to invest, remember? I told you if you wanted, 4x return on your investment, totally you got it. And I'm still saying, if you want to invest.
That's actually, how you tried to sell me on
it's
everything.
Snake. It's nice to meet you. If you want any investment advice, certainly, man, I got investment advice for you. It's going to be amazing. But anyway, so there was this whole big thing. Apparently the SEC is all about kind of regulation and whatever. It's these. So my friend Bernie Madoff.
Listen, I have something to tell you that's really important.
He was arrested on some bogus charges, totally bogus.
I have your money. I can get it to you.
The SEC's just got it out for him. It's the whole regulation thing, man. It's all stupid, right? But anyway, he got arrested. I got arrested with him. I was sort of I was pulled in, and I made a deal to kind of testify against Bernie. I would never do that, right? But I kind of they offered me this really sweet deal. Turns out though that there were a lot of people that invested, and there was kind of some dangerous people got put into the witness protection program. I ended up in Bismark, North Dakota, of all freaking places, right? Like Bismark, North Dakota.
Okay, is there a record for most bras hanging from a bar?
What the hell was that? I went up through Canada, made my way over to Alaska, and finally I jumped on a freighter, and I'm here. I was looking for you guys. Blake, it wasn't my fault, man. I got your back. I always got your back. And also, let me just tell you, all of those charges, completely false, totally bogus. And if you still want to invest that money, I am here for you, buddy. Like, you just write that check anytime. I guarantee you. We are the only investment firm in the United States that guarantees a return on that investment. Like,
This
you're
is like
guaranteed not
your
to lose.
30th time you've asked me if I wanted to make 4 times my investment in some
I
kind
know
of
it.
weird crackpot idea.
And you're still not doing it. So, like, again, and also, Snake, don't listen to him, man. Like, I'm telling you, go with me. Wait, one more thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, when I came here, I got a plan, right? Like, I got a plan. And Luther picks up like this hefty garbage bag, and inside of it, it's like 5 pairs of Levi's and 2 of those industrial sized rolls of toilet paper, you know, like that they put in. This stuff is like gold. We're gonna make a killing on this
We're
shit.
gonna
I
sell
tell you,
toilet paper?
I gotta connect toilet paper and Levi's. These people,
Don't you need like a pandemic
commies-
to make a profit off of toilet paper?
these commies are crazy for toilet paper and Levi's.
Did you bring your wrestling mask?
He drops trowel basically and turns his underwear out and says, "Yeah, brown streak's still there. Let's go, buddy."
Oh, there's
Couple-
this chick who's really into me though. Her name's Nova. Back off. She's got a thing for me.
I'm still trying to fight off that professor that we ran into. Like, she's still, dude, she's like, I'm telling you, a level 8 clinger.
Soldier who's escorting you stops and listens to this conversation, reaches into his pocket, and he's like, "You selling toilet paper?"
I got what you need. You know what? Not only that, look at this giant roll. This is literally 2 months worth of toilet paper. Let me tell you, I have Levi's, real jeans, not that shit that, like,
Made
you know,
in
the
America.
motherland produces here.
Suck on that, Putin.
And her super attractive yet ginormous Amazonian niece. Like, have you seen anything like that? They
No,
would
but I
stick
would
out
like
like
to
a sore
meet
thumb.
a strong Russian woman. Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's definitely. She'll definitely give you a good time.
Do you think she like Levi's?
She loves Levi's. In fact, that is her favorite, pizza and Levi's.
See the T-34 tank rolling out. It stops. There's a couple Russian soldiers that run up to it and open the hatch, and the person who's in it gets up, and there's a intense argument. One of the soldiers pulls out a pistol and shoots him right in the head. The crowd begins to get agitated and pushing back against the soldiers who are trying to keep them in line.
I'd like to fire the neuralizer into the nearest angry mob and tell them that the capitalist pigs have stolen the tank.
You flash the neuralizer. That you seem to get the attention of one of the people in the crowd who's got a bolt-action rifle, and he's like, "What? And he starts to, aim his rifle over near the tank, and a couple of the soldiers begin to start wrestling with him with his weapon. So you start to hear some shout, sounds like from the soldiers in Russian to stop, and the soldier who's leading you past the tank searching for his new bride, and he starts yelling at them in Russian, and you see him hit the ground as he is shot.
I will start moving the other direction slowly, this is nothing new.
One of the Russian soldiers comes out of the crowd towards the soldier that presumably he is shot as he's crawling on the ground. He's pulling at your pant leg, Luther, and he's like, "Could I get the help here?"
So, Luther will pull out a really dirty, gross, disgusting handkerchief, and he'll just throw it down at him, and he'll be, yes, I can help you if you can help us get into that tank. If we get into the tank, then I'll drive you to the nearest hospital.
He just kind of nods. The other soldier comes walking over. He's yelling in Russian at all of you.
Luther reaches inside of his dirty, disgusting jacket pocket and pulls out a crumpled half pack of cigarettes and sort of taps one out and offers it to him. And he's like, "It's Marlboro, real cigarette, real cigarette," and hands it to him.
Yeah, he takes it from you, relieved that he's finally gotten through to somebody, and he lights it and just starts talking to you in Russian and pointing to the guy. And he pulls out his pistol and he hands it to you like, "Do you want to shoot him or should I just shoot him?"
And I'm nodding, I'm nodding and pretending to understand what he's saying, yeah, and sort of making hand gestures. Bring the pistol up, put it right to his forehead, and I fire.
You shoot him square in the head. He drops to the ground. There is an awkward pause of silence as the gas from the crowd and the 3 soldiers that are on the tank look. Is at that point you see a busted ass Yugo car drive down an alley out into the street. You can see that whoever's driving there is no door, and they're just huge. And then next to them is some person in a cloak, and they kind of pull out into the street.
I see you have made new friends.
Always making new friends everywhere we go.
I have to admit, the Rock here isn't as bad as I thought he was.
I'm quite surprised the two of you come back here together, honestly.
Didn't you say he was a duplicate though?
Shh. Yeah, I think I was wrong. Are we ready to get those cigarettes?
I think we're working on it.
Oh, don't say that in front of this one.
Cigarettes? What? Hey, buddy, I don't know you. I just met you, but you wouldn't happen to have a cigarette, would you? Like, and I'll get you back. I promise. I swear to God, I'll get you back. I just need, I just need to smoke right now. It's a little stressful. Stressful stuff's going on. Oh, shit, by the way, I recognize that. That's The Rock, buddy. It's me, the Brown Streak. I am the tag team wrestling champion of South America.
So you see 13 fire this gun. It does not make any noise other than the trigger click, and a beam of light shoots out, and it's gone. It goes through the tank and then through the building. Almost on cue, the crowd erupts and starts firing on the tank and on the soldiers as bullets are just shooting everywhere.
Levi's and toilet paper for all. Luther empties the hefty trash bag into the crowd. Not who are you, buddy, but what are you? Because you're hairier than my Uncle Ralph, and he was Italian.
You might have also noticed that your teen's got this big silvery porn stash.
Dude, the stash? That's sweet, man. That is sweet. Your stash, it kind of reminds me when I visit my uncle on his farm. And when I walk out there, people ask me to, what sorts of animals are on your uncle's farm? And I say, brown chicken, brown cow. If you, I don't know if your people have money, actual cash currency, but if you want to invest that ever, right, if you ever want to invest that money, I'll take care of that for you. It's awesome. Just come to me. So ask anybody, ask all these, ask anybody, they'll tell you. Louis Styles, you can trust him with
this is the commissar's car. Where's he at?
Unfortunately, he's in a secure location right now.
That's too bad. He pulls out a pistol. He's like, I got something for him. And then somebody behind him's like, yeah, I got something for him.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, we stole the car.
You want the address where he's at?
Yeah.
By the canal.
I just ramble off some random ass address.
We know where that is. So we need the car, though. 3 or 4 of people are now behind him, eyeballing the car. As the word's gotten out that somebody knows where the commissar is.
I'll step out of the car with the PKM slung and the extra ammunition.
They take a step back, and then as soon as you move, they jump in the car and start revving it up, and they turn and haul ass through the crowd as people are dodging out of the way.
Yeah, Ethel come marching up like she is the highest ranking person there, and lock eyes with the one who looks like he's giving the orders, hard eye contact, and start barking out,
You need to evacuate this truck right now. We have to get these VIPs to the secure area as fast as possible. Move it, move your asses. Yes, it's also got a few VIPs in it. I'm supposed to escort it.
Luther jumps out of the Yugo and grabs his Blockbuster video card and pulls it out of his wallet and kind of holds his thumb over the Blockbuster logo and runs up, and he's like, Spetsnaz!
He looks at Ethel, he's like, in Russian, he's like, get him a shower. God, get out of here. He gets the rest of the soldiers off the truck and tells them to leave the keys in the front.
Nice to meet you, by the way. I don't my name is Luther. And Luther kind of hawks up. He's like, it's a pleasure to meet you.
That's okay. That's okay. You can keep that.
My name is Luther. It's a pleasure to meet you. I see you run with good company.
That's the one
Blake was telling you about in the Hugo.
Yeah, that's the Brown Streak right there.
And Luther leans over to Blake and he's like, this is the stage 8 clinger that you were talking about. This is the one that's completely and totally obsessed with you.
Yep.
But you're so full of shit.
That's the one thing I'll give these commie bastards is they make a good cigarette.
They really do. There, there are. I guess what I'm saying is there are two things that I'll give these commie bastards, right? Like one is beet soup, right, and the other one is a damn good cigarette.
Suck on that, Blake.
So,
well, they didn't take all the good chemicals out of it, like the FDA made us do.
Again, that's my whole
they're
point,
straight
right?
from Chernobyl.
You know what? I think I got this. I think I can do this. I'm not super concerned about this. I think it should be fine. I just need to know the number of people, the electric fence controls, looking for snacks, and reinforced doors. That's what
Luther pulls Nova aside and he's like, okay, here, I just want you to remember this no matter what.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
I'm gonna turn into a gas. Then they can't see me.
You guys hear this? Sound, and all of a sudden Nova's a gas.
So you adjust your gas form and begin to short out the fence. But you hear a noise of an animal coming out of like the palace area. It comes from around like a retaining wall. It looks like a grizzly bear, but it's the biggest grizzly bear you've ever seen.
So good news, the fence doesn't work anymore. There are exactly 12 people. No, there's a giant bear. Like the biggest bear you've ever seen in your life. Luther, lots of snacks, tons of snacks.
Nice.
Tons
Did you
of
bring any
snacks.
back? Did you bring any back?
Building number 7. And the doors are made out of steel.
Along the tree line, you see that something is moving. 13, you fire the blue light special as this one staggers and like snarls at you, and you blow its head completely off. This black ichor slime just flies everywhere into the air, landing all over to the grass, and the others who are there, they look and then they start to get all frenzied. They start to stand up and they snarl. You see these huge tongues start to come out, and you notice now they have these like claws at the end of their
Are they like ghouls?
Bingo. Ding ding ding.
Kiss with that weird tongue, Gene Simmons.
And as they're bleeding and snarling, strands of black goo are starting to fall out of their mouths, and the earwigs start to come out of all their wounds. Everybody can give me a sand roll.
I failed. Can I push it?
Of all the things to push.
You know what? Yes, I'll let you push it.
I failed worse.
Blake, you've got a crazy plan that's going to work, and you need to execute it.
I jump into the vehicle, and I start it up, and I just lay on the horn and floor it.
Oh, good heavens.
So there goes our truck.
Which way are you headed?
Towards the tongue thingy. I want to run them all over.
Oh, okay. So you're driving off the road and out.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan. That's what I'm
Yeah, through the trees.
Yeah, through the trees. This thing can make it through. Yeah, I pull the E-brake and I'll slide it into like as many as I can get with like a tail whip.
And send them flying in the air.
In an attempt to restore Blake's sanity, right? So Luther sees what's going on. He pulls out his Walkman and rips the headphones off, and then like Say Anything style, he clicks play and holds it up over his head at full volume. And in tinny, non-stereo, almost AM sound, you hear blasting out of it. In the still of the night, I hear the wolf, honey, sniffing around your door. In the still of the night, feel my heart beating heavy, telling me I gotta have more. And Blake!
Guys, I think something's coming. I don't know. I think we should get out of here. I think we should abandon the cigarette idea. I think we should go. I think Skeletor is going to come after us. We just hide. We just hide somewhere else. I don't think this is going well. You don't feel that?
That's the cabbage you ate earlier and the gas. That'll pass. Don't worry.
You can't feel the ground shaking?
To be honest, it's been a few years since I can feel my feet anyways.
We need to consider an exit plan.
Well, Blake's driving our exit plan.
Yeah, well, he's shitty at making plans, Ethel. Okay?
Well, we have to get in there because if they have the box of calico in there, we have to make sure that they no longer have it.
whoever has raised these creatures is using dark magic to do so.
You all feel a tremor on the ground this time. You feel something.
I told you.
I think what I would summon is what fights bears?
Wolves.
Like
technically in Finland, wolves fight bears.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good one. Like I would summon like a giant wolf, like a Fenrir type wolf. You know.
Feel the energy course through the wand, and in a second you can hear something breaking through the trees, and it sounds like more than one somethings, like 3 or 4, and coming out of the woods are these enormous black wolves, probably 10 or 12 feet long from snout to tail, swoop down and they start attacking these ghoul things, like ripping their heads off and chomping on them and just feasting on them. They're like tearing the bodies apart.
So now that I see wolves are in the playing field, I will try to hit this last ghoul off on a tree and then line up to run over the wolves. I failed. I'm going to push it. Shit.
Yep.
Blake crashes the deuce and a half. It rolls down like towards the road and stops, and you black out and you come to for a second, and all you can hear is the sounds of Whitesnake, and you can regain 1 sand point.
Melodic tones of
13 would like hold aloft the wand of Orcus.
Okay, they stop and stare and look at you.
Something comes this way. Find it and kill it.
They all kind of look at each other and scatter. You spot one of the wolves digging in a hole, like doing this, and reaches his snout in and pulls out something like furry or whatever, and swinging it around and like chomps on it and swallows it, and then keeps digging. It looks like a gopher. They've got 2, like their buck teeth are black, and you can see that their hair has like a sheen to it, almost like it's probably got that black ichor on it. The entire floor of the woods, you see these little eyes just pop up everywhere, and then they just swarm you.
Get in the trees.
So Ethel is probably the most badass woman that Luther has ever seen in his life, right? And so as soon as he sees Ethel kind of like panic and break for the trees, he loses his fucking mind and immediately sprints for the nearest tree. Like Luther just looks down at the growing wet spot in his pants, like where he wet himself, and he watches as his companion turns into a bat, and then his other companion leaps off like a giant hare, like a rabbit, and he looks up at the sky and he's like,
"Your tiny Jesus, your golden fleece diapers with your tiny little fat balled up fist.
All I wanted is a fucking cigarette. How in the actual fuck did I end up here?"
Fall down from the tree and land, and you're looking up. You see the gophers swarming your other 2 members of the. But as you look down, you see the gophers that have come after you have stopped, and now they're sniffing your crotch, going and looking at each other. 2 gophers bite into you. One got an extreme success. You take 9 damage.
Oh, Ethel falls out of the tree unconscious.
Sorry.
Mesothelioma makes it hard to climb. Like
it does.
Yeah. You blast the gopher right off her face.
Okay, and now I will. I'm giving Ethel mouth to mouth. I'm giving her CPR and trying to resuscitate her.
Meanwhile, sticking his tongue in there.
Don't you die on me, Ethel!
I just got this image of the Rock with like 2 gophers like lashed on those nipples, and he just like rips them off and throws them in the woods.
He's dribbling one of them through the woods.
Even the gophers can't say no to the Rock.
Don't you die on me! Remember Grenada!
Luther, just help me pick her up. Let's go after the others.
She's dying, Snake. She's dying.
Bonnie can fix her.
Grandma, is that you?
She's dying. She's not conscious, Bonnie. She needs help. She needs help right now. Right now.
Still alive, but only so many times you can do first aid. So she is going to need some kind of
drugs. She needs drugs.
We'll get her to a hospital later.
Right. But I'm just saying I may have some stimulants that may bring her out of her
no
comatose
stimulants.
state.
Not right now.
So the wolves all come out of the woods, and the ones it seems like they're all together now. They all come running over near your location, and they start sniffing around. They kind of make a circle, and they start digging. The ground begins to rumble some more, and the wolves stop digging, and they start howling, and then they start snarling as they're like right outside the fence, like in a circle. And as the ground begins to rumble and rumble, erupting out of the earth is a purple worm, and it throws dirt and earth everywhere, and the wolves all jump and like lash onto it. And you hear a noise of like a bear coming out from where the palace is. It is massive and huge, and it has like black ichor on its fur, and its teeth have got the foam looks black, and its eyes are like black with yellow dots. And behind it stands a man about 6'5" with a crew cut. He is very built, no shirt, shorty shorts.
It's Drago.
And he says,
it's Putin.
Oh, it seems we have Latin American champions have come to my doorstep. This is where we fight for the title.
Luther literally like high fives Blake,
As soon as he does, I said, "You're up first."
And looks at the guy who came out and says, "I will crush you." Literally, Luther drops trow, pulls off his underwear, puts them on his face, and like as the mask, and like there is legitimately there's like a personality change within Luther, and his shoulders sort of like puff back, and he's like, "I am the tag team champion of South America," and he tries to flex, and then like he gets a cramp and like hurts himself. He's because I'm wearing sort of my mask, it kind of covers my eyes, and I go to dodge, and I end up like, instead of juking to the right, I go left, and I literally like smash right into his chest.
And it just puts you in a bear hug, and you can feel like the bristly, it's almost like wool, like sticking into you, and it's very itchy.
Luther is used to being itchy.
So the bear has grabbed you, but you're still conscious.
Okay.
And on two legs, it lumbers over and tags Putin.
Bring my left up, and I just punch Putin right in the nuts. Like I literally like I'm left hooking Putin right in the nuts.
You strike Putin, and he looks down and just smiles.
He's got balls of steel. Literally.
Oh shit.
And he just brings up his knee and knees you right in the face.
I run as fast as I can to the side of the, like, wherever Blake is, and I'm slapping him all over the place. Like, yeah.
All right.
Get off of me!
Please slap the explosive right on the door hand, right by the knob. Okay, everyone, step back.
I'll go out of the building.
And I would like to detonate the explosives on the door.
I point as I approach Putin. I say, "Look, American soldiers are storming your palace." And as he turns around, I roll him up for a 3 count.
So he grins as you try to wrap him up. He just kind of slips behind you, pops you one in the back of the head. So you can hear the echoes of the explosion, and pieces of it are falling off, and part of the wall falls down.
Pull out my pistol and start following Bonnie in.
The purple worm comes underneath and smashes more of this building out and comes erupting out of the courtyard. Still wolves attached to it. So as you guys make your way down these stairs, and in the another corner is an individual in like the lab coat. He's got, looks like a pistol in his hand.
I just lower the machine gun and point it towards him. Do you really want to do this? Where is the box of calico?
The prototype is not ready. And he points over to another door. What is this all about?
We have to get the prototype out of here immediately. It's in grave danger from the capitalists.
Oh, speak to Dr. Gonzalez. You bust through the door, and standing there is Dr. Gonzalez.
Ah, Dr. Gonzalez, we meet again.
Not for long. And he opens what looks to be a box and vanishes. You can see an image of his, you can see his silhouette in like some kind of sparkling image behind him. In that image, as he vanishes, looks to be like an arena. There's like seating and there's like a bright sky.
I follow him in.
So I imagine I kick him in the gut and then I
Yeah.
kind of drop him on his face. So his leg comes sweeping around, and rather than like jump out of the way or whatever, I literally step on his leg. And this gravel that we're on, here his other leg, like that's sliding across it to sweep me, just gouges out chunks of flesh into the dirt and the ground.
I'll pull free the wand of Orcus and just swing it like a baseball bat right at Putin.
So you see 13 strike him with the wand of Orcus, and like pieces of his flesh just rot, as you can see, and just fall to the ground.
That's all.
Look at his rock hard abs and tell me that a measly 35 would kill him.
Point over in the direction, and then as soon as the bear looks, he's gonna pick up the folding chair and he's gonna smash it across the back of his head. Without question, Luther is a heel, right?
So you club the bear with this chair and makes a huge dent in it. It's hard to tell if it did any damage to him.
I'm gonna lock eyes with Putin, and she's gonna try and hypnotize him.
So for a second, you exchange a glance. What it means long term, we don't know. But he does not appear to be hypnotized. As he goes to attack you, you manage to a counter move, and you've grappled him.
That's right, I did.
Figure 4 leg lock. Yeah, for sure.
Luther, as you're fighting this thing, you see a beam of light shoot right through the bear's chest, and it goes through the building, like the palace behind you. You can see it. Who knows how far it's gone.
He goes to suplex this bear. You see Luther get it like halfway up, and he's like, you just hear, "Oh, I immediately regret this decision." And then like the bear just like falls on him, and like Luther is kind of stuck under this massive.
And then
behemoth
you
of a
realize
beast.
that the bear is not dead.
Oh, oh no!
Get your shoulder up!
Blake, you almost got him. He looks awful. Like he's doing a terrible job. He's about to fall over. We got reinforcements coming. Everybody's rooting for you, man. Like you can do this.
The purple worm comes up through and nails it, and as it comes up, you can see cigarettes just spray in the air. It's like rain cigarettes. They're
Except
just
Luther
falling.
can't see it because he's under the bear, and it's happening for Luther.
You're tiny, Jesus.
I sense a disturbance in the force, as if 3 million cigarettes are all crying out at once.
So you see these 2 green cards get thrown by Nova and jab into Putin.
Seeing that the bear is a little bit dazed, right, he's gonna like really quietly and calmly start sort of like slowly singing into the bear's ear, "Hush, little commie, don't you cry. Luther's gonna make sure you fucking die. And if you don't fucking die today, Luther's gonna fucking kill your family." So I'm trying to lull Luther's trying to lull the bear into, he's trying to make him fall asleep, or at least calm him so that he's not aggressive anymore.
The bear begins to move away from Putin. So yeah, Putin is standing there, sees his palace being destroyed. In a fury, lunges at Blake, going for the throat. Blake goes unconscious as Putin tackles him for the Latin American Tag Team Championship.
Suck on that, Blake.
Oh shit.
13 reaches up, grabs, and like touches the wand of Orcus and kind of closes his eyes and kind of mumbles some words. And then he goes and he pulls it free, and then he takes a running swing at Putin.
You strike him, and he just sort of disintegrates.
Suck on that, Putin.
Pieces of him just kind of fall and shrivel up and begin to just blow away in the wind. You can see Blake's life essence just slowly fading out of him. So yeah, the Rock is like about to wrestle with the bear. He's like, what are we doing now, 13?
We're getting the injured out. We'll hold them off.
Luther will look over at Nova and 13 and say, "Hey, Do you guys know why Stalin only wrote in lowercase?
Why?
Why, Luther?
Because he was afraid of capitalism. And
Yeah.
like Luther kind of dropped play the one half of like, sorry.
And he runs through.
Yeah.
So does this look like a portal?
Yeah, yes, it does. Some more lights go out, and the picture behind it is beginning to fade.
Well, we're probably running out of time.
So after Nova jumps through, 13 turns the rock and says, I can't let you go forward. It ends here. And he pulls the wand of Orcus out and goes to swing at the rock.
You strike him, and he just gives you a very sad look. And then in classic, like, soccer style, he just collapses to the ground and starts to flop around. And then he turns into tiny little pebbles, and they're just everywhere. They're scattered.
Yeah, before he jumps through, 13 looks down at the pit of gravel now at his feet, and no one's around to see the kind of this look of remorse and a little bit of sadness. And then he returns his resolve returns, and he jumps through.
So you vanish, and as the portal fades, a beat up old Yugo comes driving across the field up to the palace, and a person gets out with a hood, and it looks like they got a skeleton face, carrying a ram staff, and he's like negotiating with the driver about it looks like for a price. And he walks up and looks at the scene of all these cigarettes. He's like, 13, these better be 3 million cigarettes.
Into the Yugo, Luther is definitely sitting on Blake's lap, and he's talking right into his face, and his breath just like smells.
Luther, man, you do everything to make me so uncomfortable.
Smoke.
You stink so fucking bad.
Is this some kind of joke? That's why I lose my accent.
Remember that time that you paid me $3.75 and a half pack of cigarettes to shave your back, and I went through like 3 Gillette razors with the triple blades? Well, this guy over here at 13, like, he's hairier than you are. What's the deal with that? Doesn't everyone have smack on them at all times?
Did everyone freeze? What happened?
Oh shit.
1,387,242. Let's see. 1,387,243. Oh, here's another one right here. 1,387,243. This isn't a whole cigarette. 0.3. 1,387,250. Curses! 1